Here are 6 things you need to know about the housing market right now. My name is James J, and today we're talking about 6 things you need to know if you are looking to purchase a home in this crazy housing market that we are currently in, and a market that continues to change and evolve. So today we're going to dive into an article from Nadia Evangelou, who's a senior economist with the National Association of Realtors. So let's jump right into the article and see what she's projecting for the rest of 2022 and beyond. So the article starts off talking about the housing affordability and the crunch, being that mortgage rates continue to rise, and at the same time, housing prices are continuing to rise as well. So as a part of the series, they're asking senior economist Nadia Evangelou to give her forecasts and projections for the rest of 2022 and beyond. So number 1, the outlook is for mortgage rates to rise even further. Not great news, okay? Mortgage rates for 30-year fixed loans hit roughly 6% in June, and that's up from a little over 3% a year ago. That's according to bankrate.com. The upward climb will continue, according to Evangelou, just not at the same rapid pace. She doesn't expect to see the same sharp increases that the market experienced in March and April. According to Evangelou, it seems that the mortgage rates have already priced in some of the effects of the upcoming rate hikes. Now, we've already seen quite a few rate hikes already, and I think that she is 100% right about the rates continuing to increase. And much like pricing on homes, we're not going to see the same level of rise with interest rates, just like we're not going to see the same level of rise with home prices. Now, you've probably already seen home prices depending on where you live. I'm in the Houston area, Texas. We have definitely seen some price adjustments, whether it's a home builder or resale type property. So let me know in the comments below where you're at and if you're seeing any price reductions where you're located. Number 2, some buyers may want to consider an ARM. Given the current market, Evangelou says some buyers should consider taking an adjustable rate mortgage instead of a fixed rate mortgage. If you plan to sell or refinance in the next 5 years, maybe a 5/1 ARM makes sense because that's going to get you a lower payment. I've been talking about ARMs making a comeback for several months. Go back, look at some of my old videos, probably January, February timeframe when we started to see those rates increase. I said ARMs were going to make a comeback. There is nothing wrong with an adjustable rate mortgage if you use it right. That is the key. They got a really bad rap back in 2006-07 because a lot of people were getting them. They were signing their life away. They had no idea what was going on. Everybody was making money, mortgage, realtors, everybody was just so happy back in 06-07. And of course, we know what happened after that, right? So ARMs have gotten a bad rap, but it's still a really good product if you use it correctly. And again, I said this months ago, they were going to start coming back, and now you're seeing them go through the roof right now. Adjustable rate mortgage. All that means is you're going to take a specific rate for a certain time frame. So 3-year, 5-year, let's just use 5-year, okay? So for 5 years, your interest rate is going to be 4.5, okay? Typically with adjustable rate mortgages, the interest rate is lower, only for that specified time, and then it can adjust, thus it being an adjustable rate mortgage. Now, if you know you're only going to be in a home for a certain amount of time, it might make sense. You don't want to risk maybe, hey, I'm going to refinance this thing when the rates come down. Rates will come down. It's just a matter of when. So if you maybe are considering an adjustable rate mortgage, maybe you want to do a longer time frame, maybe 5 years or longer. That way, between the time you make that purchase of the home with that adjustable rate mortgage, from that point on, you've got 5 years. Once the opportunity presents itself to where, hey, rates have dropped, maybe you refinance, or if you know, hey, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it, I'm going to sell my home, or something else comes up where you feel like, all right, maybe I don't want to refinance it at that time, then so be it. But adjustable rate mortgages are not a bad option for some people. It's just not if you know how to use it. That is the key. Don't knock adjustable rate mortgages, all right? Number 3, there are signs that the market is cooling. Both rising mortgage rates and home prices hurt affordability for many buyers. As a result, existing home sales have dropped for the last 4 months. Evangelou expects larger reductions on home sales activity in the following months, especially in the summer months. Now, buyers are getting priced out of the market with the way things are going with higher rates and higher pricing. Still, not all buyers can afford to buy these additional homes. even though the inventory is coming on the market, buyers are still being hurt drastically with these interest rates. Evangelou says that buyers earning $75,000 can afford about 25,000 fewer listings now compared to January. Okay, so let's put that in perspective again. 25,000 fewer listings from January to July, okay? That's because rates were so much lower back in January. And things have changed so quickly. Now buyers cannot afford the homes that they could afford in January. I think that's pretty obvious. As rates go up, buying power comes down, and that's what's happening at a much faster pace than I think anybody has projected at the start of 2022. I know I didn't think that was going to happen so quickly, but here it is. We're in July and rates are high, right? 6% is not uncommon right now. Doesn't mean that everybody's at 6%. Some might be a little higher, some might be a little lower. But again, that's where that adjustable rate mortgage may come into play for you. So don't knock that option. Keep your options open. Make sure you can afford the payment right now and move forward if it's something that you can afford. Do not wait for prices to just drop, guys, because I can tell you, yes, we are seeing some price cuts. They're not going to fall at the same level as they rose. Let me say that again. Prices are not going to drop off a cliff at the same pace that they rose. So if you're thinking, okay, they went through the roof, in the last 16 months or so, that they're going to drop down as fast as they went up, get that out of your mind, because it's not going to happen, although we are seeing some price cuts. Number 4, institutional buyers may increase competition for first-time buyers. With rising mortgage rates hurting affordability, more people are renting, and due to low inventory, rents are also rising sharply. Now, this is where when I get into the why you should own debate versus renting, this is where it comes into play. Now, key thing in this particular part of this article is institutional buyers, okay? If you don't know what that is, those are corporations, essentially, is what the corporations. BlackRock is probably the number one, or they're up there, top 1 or 2 as far as corporations that are buying single family homes, which is making it less affordable for you trying to purchase a home to live in yourself, right? You're competing with BlackRock, who's $1 billion company. They can come in and offer cash. Well, that eliminates a whole lot of people. That has been happening for several months. And so you're not only competing with a home buyer looking to purchase the home, to raise their family, to make memories. That's not who your competition is. In a lot of cases, that's not the competition. Your competition is $1 billion company who has plenty of cash to throw at a seller, close quickly with a lot less stress and a lot less hoops to jump through when you're paying cash. And what these institutional buyers are doing is they will buy multiple homes and they rent them. Why? It's almost like a conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist whatsoever, but it's just interesting that these companies are buying all these homes, right? They're buying because in my mind, they know people are we're going to become a much more renter heavy nation with these interest rates going up, right? A lot of people are not going to have a choice but to rent. And in a lot of cases, they're going to want to go rent a house. Well, now this house is owned by BlackRock or you name it, whoever the institutional buyer is. Now they own these rental properties that they are now turning around and renting to homeowners who wanted to be homeowners. But since January of this year, they can no longer afford 25,000 less opportunities for buyers from January to July. Sad situation, but hang in there because hope is coming. You just got to hang in there. Opportunities are coming. Even in the down market, there's going to be opportunity. And number 5, home prices will continue to rise, but at a slower pace. Now, I've mentioned this already. Depending on where you live, you're probably already seeing a lot of this happening. Now, there are places where it's not happening, where the market is still on fire and you're not seeing a whole lot of slower paced priced homes. So I mentioned this earlier about the pace of homes and the fact that the rising prices that we were seeing earlier in the year, we're not seeing it at the same level anymore, which is a great thing right now. We need it to slow down. We need affordability to come back. And again, opportunity is coming. According to Evangelou, due to a housing shortage, home prices won't drop in 2022. This is huge. Remember that when there is a housing shortage, prices don't fall. In fact, home prices rose 15% in May, although mortgage rates were about 2 percentage points higher than a year ago. So this is super key here, right? You're waiting for prices to drop. Guys, there's still a shortage. We still have a shortage right now. So the whole price drop where I mentioned earlier, they're not going to drop at the level that they rose. They're just not going to appreciate at the same level as they have been. So again, price drops are occurring right now. I see them all over right now. They're happening. They're just not happening at the same pace as they rose, 4 or 5 months ago. It's not the same level. So yes, you may be right if you say, hey, the market's going to slow down. You're right, it is going to slow down. Is there going to be a crash coming? I don't see that happening. I do believe with my heart of hearts, we are in a recession now. I don't need the government to tell me we're in a recession. I feel like we are absolutely in a recession. So let me know your thoughts as well. And number 6, inventory is rising. There are about 20,000 more homes available for sale for buyers earning $200,000 or more. While it's promising to see more homes available in the market, more entry-level homes are needed. So most people don't make $200,000, right? So this is excluding a ton of people, right? So we need more affordability. We need more affordable homes to come back on the market. And unfortunately, the only way to try and make that happen with the environment that we're in is to raise interest rates to slow down the market, to slow it down to where sellers can't keep jacking up the prices of these homes. We have an opportunity for the home builders to somewhat catch up, so to speak. That's not going to happen for several years as far as the shortage amount that we've got versus the demand, right? It's going to take a while for that demand and that supply to catch up to each other. But we still want and need the affordability to come back for people that don't make $200,000 a year or more, which is most of America. All right. So listen, let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious on what you think about the affordability, where you're located. Join the Power Move community. Comment below. I want to hear from you. And also do me a favor. If you got any value out of this video, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Check out this other video right here. It's more of what you need. And remember, don't just make a move, make a power move. I'll see you on that next video. Go check it out.